Hello people of YouTube, 'tis I, the Crimson Assassin, here with the beginning of a video that is very, very sad, okay? Now, the reason why I decided to make this top 5 list was not only because of that I haven't made a top 5 or top 10 list in a while. It's that, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, from news yesterday, the CEO and president of Nintendo of Japan, Satoru Iwata, unfortunately has passed away due to a diablocoma. I have absolutely no idea the actual details of what happened, but unfortunately, the man has passed away yesterday, which kind of makes a lot of sense because like, now that this has happened, it kind of makes sense on what he did on E3. Was that he was like one of those Muppet-looking guys, you know, and when you saw the Nintendo Direct E3 press conference, Nintendo Direct press conference, you kind of figured out why he didn't show up or why wasn't he there really physically, because of his thing that was going inside his body, but not only that, but you know, of just damn, it's just like, you know what, it's so upset because, you know, Satoru Iwata is an influential person in Nintendo, okay? And you know, I mean, like he's one of the faces of gaming, dude. He's 55 years old, dude. And to see that this man has led his legacy, you know, to this modern era, I have nothing but respect for this man, okay? Sure, you know, he has made a lot of mistakes, okay? I think the amiibo is just a stupid little fad that'll wear off not for a while. And, the complete botch of the Wii U, and the Wii U did not really sell too many copies. And the fact that, sure, he's made some mistakes, but think about it, he did the best that he could. And it all really makes sense now that this event has happened. So in honor of this video, I'm going to discuss my top 5 favorite Nintendo games. I were to think of top 10, but you know, I think that it'll be too sad for most people. So these are just my personal picks on my favorite Nintendo games. And yes, guys, I actually did own a Wii. I owned a GameCube. I still have it. Still have my old GameCube that I never play anymore because I lost all the cables and that broke. But I keep it as a memento because that was my first ever gaming console. And yeah, so with that being said, I have a couple honorable mentions. I have all the Mario sports games, so like Mario Kart, Mario Tennis, Mario Baseball, stuff like that. All the Mario sports. Shout out to Donkey Kong Countries, like the Tropical Freeze and the Donkey Kong Country Returns. What else? Sonic Colors. What else? Yeah, that's just basically it. These are just the ones that comes out of my head. Just these were the games that really were influential for me, especially Sonic, 'cause I love Sonic, you know. Yeah, so without any further delay, let's get on with it. Now, I know this first game is a cross-platform game, but but to me, I first played it on Nintendo GameCube, and a little running theme is that mostly all these games are from Nintendo GameCubes. Sorry, no Wii games, but number 5 goes to Beautiful Joe. I actually watched both the show and played the game myself. I fucking loved both. I love the show, I love the game. The game is just so quirky and just so out of place. It's so much fun to play. It's like one of those games where you just really just sit down and relax. Sure, it's intense and it's pretty difficult, but as you get past the game, you feel a sense of accomplishment. The end boss, not only one of the most toughest things to do in the game, but once you beat it, you're just like, yes, I actually beat it. And yes, I actually did beat the game. I used to own the game and I used to beat the game. Beautiful Joe is just a fun and fantastic game, and that's why it's number 5 on this list. Speaking of tough and grueling games, it goes to my number 4 choice, Metroid Prime. Yo, those games are tough. I mean, talk about intense difficulty. And this game does not hold your hand. This game is just intense right off the bat. You know, it's just filled with like aliens everywhere, and like, yo, I can't even, don't even get me started on Metroid Prime 2 because I never beat the game. I played the first one and I almost did not beat the game. I played Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 2. I stopped like halfway because it was just so intensely difficult, and plus my memory card, I lost my memory card, which is a fucking oh no brainer. It's like, no, you can't do that. You can't lose your memory card. Yeah, I know, it's unfortunate. But Metroid Prime, but it's overall just a fun game. Sure, it's difficult, but talk about an epic FPS shooter. It's like one of the very first FPS games out there, and yo, it is amazing. Just like one of those free flowing, you know, you just aim and shoot. It's just so much fun to play. Metroid Prime, number one. It's probably one of my favorite Metroid games of all time. And yeah, I fucking love Metroid. Metroid's probably one of my favorite franchises of all time in Nintendo. Like, yo, we could be best friends if we start talking about Metroid. And I actually did play Metroid Prime 3, but I stopped halfway because of difficulties with my Wii. Number 3 goes to probably one of my second favorite characters in Nintendo, period. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. You know, my favorite character being my boy Link. What was so great about Wind Waker, in my opinion, was that it is the first ever Legend of Zelda game I ever played. See, and Wind Waker will always have a special place in my heart because not only it's like the first ever Legend of Zelda game I played, but it's the first ever Legend of Zelda I played, and it was the first game I actually owned and I actually played through the entire game. Sure, I was confused half the time, and I'm just sailing around because I'm having just too much fun sailing. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker is just overall fun, interesting, has incredible lore. I almost had all the heart pieces, which was crazy, I know. I almost had all the heart pieces, but then my motherfucking memory card. I'm not getting into that. Overall, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, it is probably one of my favorite Legend of Zelda games of all time. I did play Twilight Princess, and although I do think of it as probably like my third favorite Legend of Zelda game, number 1 will always have a place in my heart is Wind Waker. Number 2, Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door. Yeah, I know. Again, it's all GameCube games, by the way. And continuing on with GameCube, Paper Mario. This was actually the first not the first Paper Mario. I actually did, like, virtually, I did get Paper Mario, like, the original from the N64, because I got it digitally through, like, the Wii. And I played through the game, and I absolutely loved it. I actually got all the upgrades. I had all the badges. I had every little... I was 100% in that game. That game was just so much fun to play, and it was just so much fun to do. And it's just like one of those games, right? Yeah, it's difficult, like it's somewhat difficult, but as you get progress through the game, it's like, yo, it's more fun, it's interesting, it's innovative. I really love Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. It's not the worst. I mean, I did play Super Paper Mario, which I'll admit has its faults, but I overall did enjoy Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door the most. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, if you can find it. In fact, I actually still own it. You know, I was planning on I still own my Wind Waker and my Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I think I should just quickly run out and find it, but I'll save that for like another video or something. Yeah, so Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, overall my favorite Paper Mario game of all time. Sure, Super Paper Mario was great. Paper Mario, the first one, was pretty awesome too. I had my hat tip to the Thousand Year Door because that is one of the funniest Paper Mario games I've ever had the privilege of playing. And number 1, it's sort of like a no-brainer. This is the first ever game I have ever played. It has meaning to me. Satoru Iwata brought this game to me. It's not only the first ever Nintendo game I played, but it's the first game I ever played in general. I never played a game up to when I played Super Smash Bros. Melee. Actually, hold on, if I can find it. Yes, right here. I still owned it. I still own Super Smash Bros. Melee. I still own it. That's how special this thing is to me. Well, actually, my sister's boyfriend actually got it, found this, and gave it to me. I was like, okay, cool, I'll keep it. And I just remember playing the hell out of this game with my brother because he was the one that introduced me to video games. And Satoru Iwata was the one that helped made this game come to light and brought it to my doorstep and brought it to my console, brought it to my GameCube, and I played the hell out of that game because I absolutely loved it. I love Super Smash Bros. I played the newer one with my cousin, and we fucking love it. It was in 60 frames per second. It was beautiful. Overall, guys, it's just fun. It is competitive, and like, yo, people could take this game pretty seriously. I see people do like the craziest wombo combos. And just there are a lot of crazy ass matches out there with Smash Bros. But Smash Bros. Melee was like the game that held dear to me. I had every single character. I got all the trophy. Oh, I actually attempted to get all the trophies because trying to get all those trophies is pretty fucking difficult. It was just Super Smash Bros. Melee just hold a place in not only my heart, but it's a game that I will cherish for the rest of my life. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I actually played all Smash Bros. Believe it or not. I played the one for N64. I played the one for the GameCube. I played the one for the Wii and then the Wii U. And no matter what, I love Smash Bros. It's probably one of my favorite game series of all time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will conclude this top 5 list. And even though this is just all GameCube games, I don't care because the GameCube is my personal favorite console. Like, it'll always have a place in my heart. But overall, I had a very, 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 very fun time playing with all these games. And thank you, Satoru Iwata, Mr. Iwata. May that man rest in peace. And I'm going to dedicate like 30 seconds to this video in complete silence for this man. And I hope you guys will join me too, because this is a very, very sad day. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and let's take a moment of silence.